It's Friday, so we can do a little bit of work for our shoulders and upper bodies. I know a lot of people, especially if you're spending time at a desk, can get tight shoulders, get trapped nerves in your shoulders. So I want you to focus on the muscles that kind of cover your shoulder blades. So that when I say squeeze your shoulder blades together, instead of using your arms, you use those muscles. So you're just going to start off flat on the floor, feet about hip width apart. Lay yourself down. Have your pelvis nice and relaxed, and pull your belly button in towards the spine. And as you pull your belly button in, you'll feel your lower back press towards the floor, but you don't want to force it down with your pelvis. So some people have a gap. I don't have much of a gap, but it depends on the shape of your ass, really, and the shape of your spine. So some people have a gap, some people have a big gap, some people have no gap. But wherever it is, with you pulling your tummy in, that's your neutral spine. And your arms will be down beside you, palms on the floor. Now if it feels like your head is being tilted back like that, then just pop a cushion or a rolled up towel or something underneath your head. So it should feel like your head is in line with the spine. So we don't want to be like that. And we don't want to be like that either. We want it nicely in line with the spine. And just as a side note, if you do spend a lot of time at a desk, even just spending 5 minutes like this on a hard floor realigns your spine and helps to release tension from your spine, because you can open out your chest instead of being hunched over on a desk. So the arms just down beside you. You're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth as if you've got a massive great candle you're trying to blow out. And each time you exhale, pull that belly button in even more tightly. So breathe in through the nose, feel your rib cage expand. Out through the mouth, pulling the tummy muscles in. And keep that breath going. This time as you breathe in, squeeze the shoulders up and your ears as tight as you can. And as you breathe out, imagine sliding the shoulders down as if you're trying to reach towards your heels. So inhale, squeeze tightly as you can, hold for a few seconds. And exhale, slide them down. Do that a couple of times and you should feel your shoulder blades sliding along the mat. And each time you reach the hands forward, you should feel like you could stretch a little bit further. So that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but that squeezing and tensing first helps to actually release tension. Each time you exhale, you feel it releasing a little bit more. Just one more. Squeeze, 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 tight, tight, tight. And exhale, slide the shoulder blades down. And imagine trying to keep your shoulder blades back and down into the mat so you're not moving this kind of shoulder girdle. All you're going to do to start with is inhale, reach the arms above your head, and exhale, press them back down. Now it looks very simple, but some of the things we tend to do are kind of like arch the back or bend the elbows. So you just want to move the arms, but without arching, without lifting your back ribs, and trying not to bend the elbows, and just moving the arms, keeping everything else still. So it doesn't matter whether the arms touch the floor overhead. My arms don't touch. Let's say if I was to try and touch the floor, I'd end up arching the back. So just focus on that to start with, keeping the belly button pulled in towards the spine. So you're just starting to mobilize the shoulders and take them through a range of movement. We're going to change it slightly. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, then exhale, circle the arms down and around. Inhale, reach, and exhale, down and around. Breathe in and breathe out. Ignore my bent back arms, just a bit close to the wall. Again, trying to keep the arms as straight as you can. The ribs pressed to the floor. See if I can move over and still being shot. Don't worry if your circle isn't as big as mine, doesn't matter. And we're just going to change direction. So inhale, circle around and up, and exhale, press the arms back down. And as you press the arms down, imagine you're working against resistance, as if you're in water. Again, keeping your spine in alignment so you're not arching off the floor or anything like that. And just one more. It's great for releasing tension in the spine and the shoulders. Now reach the arms up to the sky. Fingertips pointing upwards, palms facing in. All you're going to do is you're going to inhale, reach the arms up. So you're just lifting the shoulder girdle off the floor, and exhale, literally drop it down. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, drop. And notice my head doesn't move. Nothing else is moving. It's just the muscles that literally hold your arm onto the rest of your body. Inhale, stretching it out, and exhale, literally just drop it down. So you're kind of getting a mini massage. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just do that a couple more times. So it's only a small move. A lot of Pilates moves, they look so simple, but it's more about technique and keeping everything else nice and still. Then you're going to turn the hands, palms facing towards your feet. Inhale, reach the arms above your head. And exhale, think of squeezing your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Now again, remember I said at the beginning, don't use your arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. And inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, bring them back to center. So focus your awareness on your shoulder blades. And imagine you're trying to touch the wingtips of your shoulder blades. So you feel those upper back muscles squeezing in towards your spine. And inhale as you stretch. And exhale as you come back. So just do a couple more of those. But again, focus on these muscles here, squeezing in towards the spine. So as you bend the elbows, instead of bending the arms, you're pulling the shoulder blade down and in, and the arms bend because you're doing that. So you're not using your arms, you're using your upper back muscles, your lateral muscles. And just a couple more. So again, it might sound like, what's the difference? Well, if I was to use my arms, I would do that. But using my shoulder blades, my arms are just coming along for the ride. It opens up the chest and works your upper back muscles. And release the arms all the way down. Now I'm going to come to lie on your side. Now I use a cushion, and I had it all set up and planned. A cushion underneath my head so that my head is in line with my spine. I need 2 cushions so that my head is in line with my spine. Your knees are bent, hips stacked, and your palms are together. Now, if you notice here, my ribs have completely collapsed down to the floor, just down to the floor. So you want to stretch your top hip away. So you imagine both sides of your waist are level. So there's a kind of slight gap underneath. So rather than like, oh, I'm here sunbathing. No, we're not. We're doing Pilates. So stretch that top hip away. And imagine your lower body staying totally still. Okay, this work is all in the upper body. So bring your palms together. And all you're going to do to start with is inhale, reach that top arm past your hand. And exhale, bring it back. So it's only a small move. But what tends to happen is we kind of roll around in the hips. So you're going to keep that top hip lengthened. And again, we're just stretching the muscles of your upper back. So it's a tiny, tiny move. And from here, again, keeping the rest of the body still. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. Start to open that arm out. Kind of follow it with your eye gaze. And just get to the point as far as you can go without moving anything else. So you're not turning through your whole body. You're just turning through the upper body. It's great for the spine. And breathe in as you come back. And keep stretching that top hip away. So we're not kind of like going, woo, woo, woo. No, we're keeping the rest of the body stable. Abs braced. And just opening as far as you can whilst keeping everything stable. Inhale as you come back. It's great for the upper spine, great for the shoulders, great for the back. So your knees stay stacked. If you find your knees sliding, then you're moving your lower body, which we don't want to do. See, our body tries to find the way of least resistance in everything that we do. It will try and find the way of least resistance. And quite often it will go, I can help you out. I can do that. And it's like, no, actually, I don't want to move the whole of my body. I just want to move a little bit of it. So keep the tummy muscles pulled in. Shuffle forward a little bit. Stretch that top hip away so I can go a little bit further. Again, it's not a competition to see how far you can go. You know, us humans, we have this thing called an ego. We're like, oh, I'm not going far enough. La! But then we get out of alignment. This time, reaching the arm up to the sky. Stretch that top hip away and just give me 3 little pulses and back to center. So 3 little pulses back behind you and back up to the sky. Again, focus on your upper back muscles, the muscles that cover your shoulder blades. Keep that belly button pulled in. Exhale as you pulse it back. Inhale, center. Last one. And release. Release that arm down and just roll back onto your back. This time bring your feet as close to your butt as you can, feet hip width apart, and bring your arms above your head. Again, try and keep your arms straight. Now what we're going to do, as you breathe out, you're going to lift your hips, and again, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades in towards the spine, using your upper back muscles, not your arms. Squeeze your tushy, pushing the floor away. And as you breathe in, you're going to roll the spine down and extend the arms out straight. So exhale, roll the spine up, squeeze your shoulder blades. Again, don't use your arm strength, use your upper back strength. So we're engaging the whole of the upper back here. And inhale as you roll down, extend the arms out. Just do that a couple more times. It's great for mobilizing the spine as well. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Don't you have an image of your shoulder blades, like little kind of triangular shape bones, and imagine drawing them in towards your spine. And you'll know if you're doing it right because you'll feel your upper back muscles rather than your arms. Squeeze your tush. Imagine extending your tailbone towards your knees. One more. So engaging the whole of the back of the body here. Hold here for a second. Just give me some couple of little pulses. Pulse those hips up towards the sky. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Roll the arms. Bring the arms back down. Roll onto your other side. So I'm just going to turn over, flip over so you can see. And pop a cushion underneath your head so your head doesn't feel like it's tilting. Palms together, legs at a 90-degree angle, so your knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Again, notice how my ribs, that's the word, have sunk. So as I stretch that top hip away, both sides of my waist are level, so there's a slight gap underneath. Tummy pulled in, palms on top of one another. Take your breath in. As you breathe out, slide that hand forward as if you're reaching forward, and inhale, bring it back. Again, trying to keep the rest of the body still. So I'm not rolling through the whole body. I'm trying to keep the rest of my body still and just stretching the arm out, and you should feel the stretch in your upper back. You can imagine the rest of your body's like a statue, like concrete, can't move. Then bring it back, breathe in. Breathe out, slowly open that arm again, follow it with your eye gaze. So we're trying to take it as far as we can without rolling back, without doing the knee shuffle, so keeping the lower body still. And inhale as you close. I kind of call it opening the book because it reminds me of opening a book. Again, it's great for the stabilizer muscles, the muscles around your spine, your shoulders, relieves tension in your back and around your shoulders. Still keep that top hip because otherwise we tend to forget and go, which we don't want to do. And so a lot of Pilates exercises, like I said, they look so simple, but it's more about what you're not doing than what you actually are doing. So it's not about like how far or how fast we can go. It's about how we can maintain control of the rest of our body. And we're isolating different parts of the body rather than just flinging it around, which sometimes happens in, things like aerobics and stuff. And I teach aerobics, so I'm not criticizing it, but we tend to kind of throw ourselves around, whereas Pilates and yoga is a lot more body awareness and isolation. So it's good to mix the two, bit of aerobics, bit of Pilates or yoga. And bring that arm up. Again, keep the body nice and still. Breathe in, breathe out, pulse back. Just 3 little pulses, just slightly back behind you. stretches across the front of the chest. Make sure nothing else is moving. The rest of the body stays nice and still. Now I have to say, and this may piss some people off, a lot of people, they moan about having aches or pains or whatever, or they want to tone up, they want to lose weight, but they don't actually want to do the fucking work to do it. You know, they hope they could just sit on their ass and it will magically happen. But sadly, that's not the case. Sorry about that. There, relax that arm down. Just use that hand to ease yourself up to sitting. Just come into any kind of sitting position. Bring one arm across in front of you. Try and keep that arm straight. Use your other arm and just hug it in, and you should feel a stretch around your shoulder. But yeah, I get so many people, like one lady once came to class and spent the whole time, I think she'd heard that like, oh, Pilates or yoga is gentle, so she thought that meant easy, doing nothing, and she spent the whole class going and that's our attitude nowadays. We kind of want things to happen, we don't actually want to make them happen. Then switch sides, so bring the other arm across. But I must admit, once you start bringing movement into your life, try and keep this arm straight as you hug it in. It doesn't matter how far in you bring it, but you feel it up, stretch around the shoulder. But once you start actually bringing mindful movement into your life, you will, I promise you, end up wondering how you did without it. So many of my students say that. It's like, I can't imagine not doing it now. Then gently release. Just roll the shoulders a couple of times. So this is just a very, very brief little sequence. But that's the thing, you know, even just doing 10-15 minutes a day, you will see massive benefits. So if you want to know more about joining our classes, and I do take requests from people like a DJ, but people say to me, oh, can we work on XYZ? And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And also people often think I'm psychic, because I'll do a class and they'll go, oh my God, that was just what I needed today. How did you get in my head? So enjoy the rest of your day, beautiful souls. Thank you so much.